Hey YouTube, welcome to a new video. I'm Philip Jacob and you're watching Metal Beings. So on today's video, we are going to be seeing the BMW X1 M Sport. So the car we are checking out today is the X1 M Sport variant, and this one is the S drive, which means it is a two-wheel drive. So let's go in detail about this car. The car comes with full LED headlamps and they have a range of 300 meters. You also get the rings around them, and supporting that you also get the fog lamps, which are again completely LEDs. And when you check out the grills, this being the M Sport variant gets the black finishing in the interior and the chrome finishing in the outside. And another major thing of this car is that this being the M Sport variant gets this stylishly designed bumpers. So you get bigger ADAMs and the black chrome finishing on them, which gives a very good sporty look to the car. Aerodynamics is a part of this design also. So as you can notice, we have an ADAM over here through which the air passes, which in return reduces the turbulence formed inside the wheel arches. This reduction of turbulence increases the handling characteristics of the car at higher speeds. And while checking the side profile, again, this being the M Sport variant gets the white cladding around the wheel arches and also the side skirts below. You get the M badgings also on the quarter panel. You get the M wheels, so these are the BMW M wheels, which have a rating of 225/50 R18, whereas the other variants get the 17-inch wheel. The M Sport gets the 18-inch wheel and with the M badging also. And the tires, just like any other BMW, is run flat tires, which means that you can drive at 80 km per hour speed up to 80 kilometers with zero pressure on them, which means it increases your convenience and safety of the car. This being the M Sport variant gets the aluminum satinated finish around the windows and also on the roof rails. And the mirrors, they are completely electric and foldable. This outer rear view mirror and the inner rear view mirror have the auto dimming function so that you don't get glare when there is an high beam being protruded from the rear. And you also get the indicators on the mirrors themselves. While going to the rear, the M Sport design is more obvious at the rear also. As you can notice, this bumper, it has a two-tone finish on them, which gives a much more sportier stance. And when you're checking out the tail lamps, you get completely LED tail lamps which are split, so you get the 3D effect also on them. The car comes with reversing camera and sensors which support them at the rear. You get twin exhaust tailpipes with the chrome finishing. And while checking out the boot, the car comes with a manual tailgate which can be opened, and you have this huge boot space, and you can fold on the seats by 40, 20 and 40 split. And for some practicality, you also have a light out here and a 12-volt charging point with some hooks around. And underneath this padding, you have the emergency spare wheel, which is a space saver. And while checking out the engine, this being the M Sport variant gets only the diesel engine, and this engine is a 2-liter diesel engine which produces 190 bhp and 400 newton meters of torque. It can do a 0 to 100 in just 7.9 seconds, and when you check the efficiency number, you can do 19.62 kilometers for a liter. So right now we are seated inside the BMW X1 M Sport, and as you can notice, you get the M badged steering wheel. So this is the M steering wheel, which is one of my favorite. It has a beautiful feel when you drive, and this one is a multifunctional steering wheel. You have the controls for your speed limiter and the cruise control to your left, and your voice activation and media related controls to your right. This car also comes with paddle shifters, the left hand side for the downshift and the right hand side for upshift. While checking out the instrument cluster, you get the speedometer and tachometer in a technology called as black panel technology, which makes it look like a digital display, but it is actually analog. There is only this bottom portion of the box which is completely digital. It has a 5.7-inch screen which shows you various information when you just click on this button over here on the left-hand side stock, which is the onboard computer. And when you go to the center, you get an 8.8-inch touchscreen system with the iDrive 6, which can be controlled by using this knob over here and these buttons. The system also has wireless Apple CarPlay, which means that you need not carry your wire around and you can just use the Apple CarPlay feature on the screen. When you go down, you have the air conditioning. So this car comes with 2-zone AC. You have the controls for your media and the fast dial buttons. So this fast dial buttons can not just save the media but also various other functions which is available inside the iDrive. And you have the controls for your air conditioning. Left hand side is one zone and the right hand side is another zone. And when we go down, you have a 12-volt charging point or a cigarette lighter. You have two cup holders, one which has an ashtray. You get the gear shifter. This being the diesel gets the 8-speed automatic transmission, and you get the different driving modes, which is comfort, which is by standard in the car, and you can change it to Eco Pro or Sport mode. You get the traction control button. You have the controls for the iDrive as mentioned before. You get an electric parking brake and an handrest which can be opened for a small space out here. And when you open it more, you get a 12-volt charging point and a USB point too. And when we check out on the speakers, you get 7 speakers on the whole. It's only the M Sport which gets the 7 speakers, whereas the lower trims get the 6 speakers, and this one is the hi-fi music system. And when you notice the trims, you get the wooden finish which has this polished effect on it, which runs to the doors also, along with this aluminum satinated finish. You get ambient lightings, 6 colors on the whole. And when you check out the seats, you get electric seats both in the front. The driver and the co-passenger gets electric seats, whereas only the driver's seat has the memory function, which is 2 memory functions on the whole. And this being the M Sport gets the sports seats, which has the additional thigh support and the adjustable bolster support. And this one gets the leather Dakota with the perforations on them. So right now we are seated at the rear of the BMW X1 M Sport, and as you can notice, we have beautiful amount of space for the knee room and the leg room, and also I have decent amount of headroom also. And you get AC vents at the rear with the flow controller and 2 C-port charging points at the back. And when you notice the doors, the same trim follows to the rear and the ambient lightings too. And to make this place more roomier, I have this panoramic sunroof also, which can be controlled, and only this front portion can be completely opened to. So that's it from me guys on the BMW X1 M Sport variant. I hope you like the video. If you like, please do like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, because it supports me and the channel's growth. I'll see you guys later in another video with another car. Until then, goodbye.